about that, but something that will be there to help you guys as parents at home when you're looking through text with your child, and what your child may be able to draw from that particular story. Is at the front and the back of all of the books, there's some helpful tips and some helpful questions. So for example, in this book, there's something that you can do before reading. There's things about the words in this book, so it highlights maybe some of the vocabulary that could be used, and some things that you can do during reading and some questions you can ask. And then at the end of the text, what you can do after reading. We always encourage you to share the story more than once. Maybe one time you're looking at the characters, maybe another time you're just looking through the pictures and maybe trying to work out what it is that's happening. Maybe one time when the child established their story, you could be asking them some questions about it, such as how do you think that character might be feeling? Why do you think that? What might they do next? Lots of questions, but those questions tend to be in these books to help and support. They do look a little bit different, all of them. Some of the ones we have are called partner texts. So when you read them, it has a section on the side that's for the adult and a section on the side that's for the child, where they can tell their own story with the support of what they've heard from the adults as well. And you can also start to drip feed in some of their phonics as well, just to start to get them ready for reception. So at the minute we've been looking at initial sound. So for example, can you find the cat, hearing that initial sound k, or what's the first sound, what's the initial sound you can hear in cat. And then further down the half term, we'll start to be doing what's called oral blending and segmenting. So the adult will orally segment a word, for example, cat, and the child has the opportunity to jump in and say cat. And it might be that you still go cat, and they have a turn as well. But that's some of the phonics side of things that we'll be doing in school, but just so that you're aware of it, if they're coming home and they're maybe starting to identify some of the initial sounds in a word, or they may be starting to hear some of the other sounds in really simple CVC words. Your child may end up coming back home with the same text further down the line, and that's not a bad thing. That's something we do on purpose. That's so they have had a text before, and as they keep going and they develop all of those skills around reading a text, a wordless text, then they get that story again, and it's often quite interesting to see how far they've kind of come on with that. And they might have noticed something else in the text, they might develop it further, they might have new vocabulary that they like to use. So it's really, really important, and we really do ask that you share these texts with the children at home. Like I said, there's always things in the front and the back that you can do to help and support your child during reading. But it's just really important to help to get them reception ready. We will be reading with the children in school as well each week, and then we'll swap the text, and a new one will come home from the Thursday, ready for the weekend, and back to us on the Monday. Any questions at any point, please let us know, and I'm happy to discuss it through a little bit more.